Hey, do you wish you were more like that guy at the office that everyone gathers around, or the life of the party? Or do you just wish that you would try new things? You one of those people that always tells yourself, man, that looks so much fun, but I don't think I can do that. Stop saying that. I learned when I was 14 years old, 80% of everything I do in life, just believing in myself, knowing that I can do it, makes me successful more often than not. And it'll work for you too. So stick around and find out how that works. Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to 6 Days, and today we're working on self-confidence. This is the third video in my series that I'm doing on self-help. Helping people overcome their fears, to build self-confidence, to become more assertive, to stand up for what you believe in life. When you get all three of those things going for you, doors open. I'm not trying to make anyone be a superhero. I'm not trying to make anyone get hurt. But I spent the first 14 years of my life just being scared and super shy. My dad had to force me to try out for the team, baseball team, when we first went to Germany. I had no desire to do it. And he was absolutely right. The reason I didn't want to try it was I was afraid of failing. I had played baseball. I was a good baseball player. But I was afraid of failing. So I tried out and I half-assed it, but I made the team. Once I made the team, I became more myself, more comfortable. I later found out the coach was at my dad's company. My dad told him to pick me, so he did. But the point is, I had the ability, but my shyness and lack of self-confidence, what if I get out there and I don't clank a home run? Well, nobody else is clanking home runs either. But that's not how I saw it. So once that happened for me, I started thinking about it, and then I started the ball in motion. And then at 14, when I did some self-discovery, that's when I really started believing in myself. Because I started exploring who I am. And I started believing in myself. Especially when I would talk to people and I'd say, they're no better than me. They have their own fears that they deal with. No matter how brave they seem in person, or how confident they seem, they have their own personal fears. Musicians, comedians. As a comedian, it's amazing how many other comics I've worked with that are afraid of failure. Failure is how you learn. The lesson in this is that's why you should be more self-confident in yourself. Failure doesn't make you a loser. Giving up makes you a loser. But failure helps you learn. You back up, you regroup, and you go. And each time you do that, it builds your self-confidence. Well, I got this far this time, and now I got this far, and now I got this far, and now I got this far. And that's why I say believing in yourself is 80% of every task you'll ever do. When I went to truck driving school, I had never driven an 18-wheeler. I told the instructor I had never driven one, but anything with 4 wheels, an engine, and a steering wheel, I can drive. I never stalled the truck. I mean, they explain the rules to you before you get in about double clutching and all that stuff. I never stalled the truck. Texas is one of the hardest states to get your CDL in. I was so cocky that DPS made me go last. Out of my class of 19, I was the last one to go. He said I was just way too cocky. He wanted me to sit there. And I watched people fail. I watched people pass. I got in that truck and I passed on my first try, despite 2 very close failures. In the state of Texas, if you rub a curb, you fail. It doesn't matter if you've done the entire test and you rub the curb. At the end, as you're parking the truck, you fail. If you stall the truck, you fail. And I almost did both of those. But instincts kicked in, and I successfully completed it. So, how do you build this self-confidence? It's, like I said, trial and error. First off, you believe in yourself that you can do it. But that last 20%, okay, well, I've never done this before. Tell yourself. You don't have to tell everybody else that. It's quite obvious. And most people say that in the beginning. Don't justify yourself. Especially if you said, somebody goes, hey, you want to try this? Sure. How do you do it? Number one thing, listen. Don't just look at them. Listen to what they're telling you. Okay? Now you try it. If you fail, why should you be embarrassed? Why should you even be afraid of failing? It's your first try. Granted, if it's jumping out of a plane, your first time by yourself, you might want to make really sure that you got your shit together. But believe in yourself. I can do this. That's the key to it. There's really no secret, but so many people, when they contact me, and please, feel free to contact me. If you're afraid of leaving a comment, you want to discuss it privately, here's my email address. Contact me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you in private. And know that even though I may talk about what we discuss, I will never, ever mention your name. No one will ever know that you reached out for help. The reason I use the scenarios is because they're real scenarios and people relate to those better. You see what I've used, skydiving or so using a real scenario helps people, especially when they have your unique situation. So please feel free to contact me if you're afraid of leaving a comment. You don't want anybody to judge you. But it really is, and I've discovered it over the years, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And the more you feel good about yourself, the more you feel self-confident, like, I know I can do this. You're going to do it. You will be successful more often than not. So, believe in yourself. That's the number one thing. Tell yourself, I can do this. And if you don't do it, well, it's the first time. Each time you'll get better. Very rare does someone pick up a guitar and play it right the first time. If you think Eddie Van Halen picked up the guitar and was just phenomenal day one, second one, the first time he put it in his hands, regardless of the stories we hear, it's impossible. Or not likely, I should say. Because there's a bunch of stuff involved in it. Do you think somebody just sits down on a piano and plays beautifully the first time? Very first time? No. Those guys practice. If you watch interviews with Yngwie Malmsteen, which a lot of you younger people won't know who he is, but he's a phenomenal guitar player, you're on YouTube, enter his name, Yngwie. I know it's pronounced Yngwie, it's not how it's spelled. Once you get Yngwie in, it'll pop up. In almost all interviews, if he has a guitar in his hand, he's constantly playing. Even if there's no sound, constantly playing. That's why those guys are that good. It's practice, practice, practice. It's not, oh, he has a natural ability. That comes into some of it. But also, once these guys get that good, most of them are unbelievably cocky about their abilities. Yngwie is one of them. After a while, they become more like guys that I admire, like Steve Vai. They check that attitude, and then they're great people. So you have to believe in yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Now, yes, you see those people on America's Got Talent, and you know their mom told them, you can do it, baby, ain't nobody sing like you do. And they're horrible. But the lesson to learn from all of them is they are so confident that they go and do it. Because most of them are so damn bad, there's no way they can't know they suck. But they go out there and they give it their all, believing that they're good enough to be there. That's more proof. So, give it a try. If you need to talk to someone, if you have what you think is a unique situation, please feel free to contact me. and I will do my best to help you. Because I did this, I know what it's like. I grew up, you know, the first 13 years of my life living in fear, not having self-confidence, not being assertive. When go do that. Oh, okay, even though it wasn't my job. So I want to help other people, because, especially adults, it kills me to see an adult stand there and let that happen to them. It's not too late to learn. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's bullshit. That's people who give up. Don't give up. If you want help, I will help you. But again, remember, please take this advice that I'm giving in baby steps. Remember, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to keep trying. But Gage, am I getting better? Yes. Are there going to be things in life that you cannot do? Absolutely. There's things in life that I can't do. But everything I want to do, I do. Everything I attempt, more often than not, I'm successful at it. So please believe in yourself. You can do it. I did it. And tell yourself that. The damn guy in the video did it. Why can't I? You can. So I appreciate it if you've watched all the way to this point. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button over there and click that bell so you know when I post new videos. I try to release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Till next time, have a great day. Make someone laugh if you get the chance. I am Bob Sixx.